Hello, I'm FPX Toycat, and welcome back to an episode of the Minecraft Bedrock Update Adventures Let's Play. Importantly though, Mom, can we have Ancient City? No, we have Ancient City at home. The Ancient City at home, and yes, as you can see, I've officially finished the little bit of a project we were working on to build an Ancient City replica. I use the term replica very loosely, but I'm pretty proud of what we've done here. However, obviously, this was a mega 15-hour project, which we condensed into 25 minutes. You can watch that now if you really want to. However, a lot of people looked at my portal, which I made to look slightly like a melon, and they said, wow, that's a really impressive melon. Wouldn't it be cool if it went to a melon dimension? And my immediate thought was, yeah, I would love to build a melon dimension back there, and you know what that requires? Some melon building. And so, one of the things I love to do, whenever we do a high-effort, long video that takes that long, is to remind people of the real expectations here. And so this is going to be one of the more mundane videos, because it's going to be Toycat working out an automatic melon farm in real time. It's going to be terrible, awful, but it's going to be a real reminder about what Minecraft actually is like, you know. It sometimes can be easy when looking at videos to, think to yourself, like, oh, I guess this is how it really goes. It's just people doing these magical things, one after another after another. Every 20 minutes, something amazing has happened. But in regular Minecraft, as you know, there's a lot of mundanity. Is mundanity a word? If it's not, I'm going to stick with it. And so today, I'm recording a video on some public Wi-Fi, so if my Minecraft world connection is kind of strange, or if anything about this video is weird, we can blame that. But I'm going to be talking about the melon farm, and also everything that I've been up to in these last few weeks about Let's Play. I'm finally out. It's very great to be here. But first, let me show you the state of play as it exists with my melon farm right now. As you can see, I have a fully, non-automatic, a fully manual melon farm that I go in here and I mine and I chop down all the melons. I can turn these into melon blocks by manually crafting them, or if I really want, I could use a silk touch tool, like my shovel, and I could mine the blocks like that, and I could guarantee myself a full melon block. It's not really very efficient. I mean, let's be honest, any fully manual farm isn't considered efficient, and it's fine for the most part. However, given that I want to make a whole melon dimension, I'm going to need a lot more of these. Also, given that melons are now required, like the full melon blocks are required to trade with villagers, it makes sense for me to go ahead and make a way to get a lot more melon in a lot more automated sense. You can see I actually did a lot of the groundwork for setting this up as an automated farm. It just kind of didn't go anywhere. It was many, many years ago. You can go and watch the original video where I set this up, and in fact, you can see that I've probably left, let's give you a full sit rep, I left a lot of the redstone in place, although I don't know why I've got pistons facing the wrong way. I left a lot of the redstone in place here, though, as you can see, maybe on this side as well, but it doesn't go anywhere or do anything, or link up to anything. It just kind of exists in its own right. However, if I show you something amazing right now, all I need is, actually, I was going to activate the redstone I did have, but I think it's going to cause a lot of bad things to happen, so maybe we shouldn't. Actually, that's not a good argument for not. Let's activate this redstone right now. It's actually thundering right now. It's weird. I've been used to the super flat world for so long that I'm like, I need to take advantage of this right now. Why am I not converting pigs into piglins? But I'm just going to have to resist that for now, and instead, I'm going to have to go under the ground. And, yeah, let's show you what happens when we turn on this redstone. I've made myself a lever, and as you can see, when we activate it... Oh, it actually does work somewhat. Oh no, I just broke my melon... This is such a terrible location. I placed them below my melon plants, so when the redstone activates, all that happens is my melon seeds stop being planted. So these need to go one block further forwards, I think. Honestly, what was I doing here? Did this ever work? I'm convinced I had an automatic melon farm at some point, but clearly we need to work on that, and so let's deactivate this real quick. Let's break all of the pistons, because even the ones that aren't facing the wrong direction are clearly in the wrong place. And yeah, let's move this all forward one block, which conveniently enough I can do by just walking over there. Oh look, I do actually have a whole system set up for it. So yeah, it's going to be over here that we want the pistons to go. We want them to be sticky pistons solely because of the fact that they're going to have dirt above them, and dirt is a block which we want to move both ways, because melons don't grow if they're not on dirt. There we go. See, easy stuff. So we grab our pistons, we'll put some stickiness on them, and then we'll come right back here. And so we also need to, something that wasn't possible when I first made this farm, or easily possible, is we didn't have a proper trigger. We just had a pressure plate somewhere around here, which could activate it all. However, because of Minecraft 1. I don't even know at this point, they introduced the observer block, and so if we use the observer block right up here as an example, or maybe down here might be a better place, right over here. If we use an observer block right... Oh, that should... Oh, I guess it'll have to be, like, right here. Then now, whenever... Okay, that's facing the wrong way. Whenever a melon block spawns right over here, as it will do once we actually correctly work this out, then it will let the blocks know that, like, oh, it's opportunity time to activate the pistons, and it will break all of the melons. Will that correctly work in reality? Let's find out, I guess. So let's try by placing that. No. I guess we literally have to place this from, like, a block over here. So we'll just shovel our way through here. Man, working on Redstone and survival, I do have to say, there's a lot of steps involved. It's, so we place one observer block over there, nice and easy, and then we'll place the exact same observer block, but over here. It's nice and easy to do. We just do that. And now this is going to be our redstone trigger. This is the thing that makes the whole farm work, which obviously will go down both directions, one over to here, although it should go down a little bit. And then also there'll be some that comes in from this redstone observer, and then obviously from there it goes down to here. Man, planning redstone and survival. It's funny. I just made a video talking about this, but it's one of those like really hellish tasks, which can be rewarding at the end. But like sometimes it's like, do you want to learn all of this stuff? Or do you want to just pretend you've learned all this stuff and do the magic like, well, here's what I learned earlier? And that's the real question, isn't it? Anyway, so while we go work on some sticky pistons and also grab some redstone, because I'm going to need a lot of that, as well as potentially some repeaters, allow me to tell you what's been going on in my last week. I don't have a vlog series on this channel, but a lot of people are curious, and especially in the last week, you might have noticed I've been especially MIA. I've been doing a road trip across America. Wow, road trip, which for some reason implies driving a car. You know, why couldn't I be riding a bike or taking a walk across those roads? I guess the reason is the scale. It is kind of sad. Like, I feel as though one of the false misconceptions of the old American road system is like, well, as we all know, the ultimate freedom vehicle is the car. And it's like, well, because a whole set of infrastructure, a whole country is built around it. But one of my, like, really strong beliefs is, like, the actual freedom transport method is walking, right? Being able to, like, if everything was within a walking distance of you, that would be, oh my god, my inventory management. I'm sorry. This isn't even intentional this time. Oh my gosh, okay. We got space. We got some space. We're gonna make this work. The ultimate freedom transport method is actually walking, right? Because you don't need to pay a monthly payment to walk. I mean, you could argue you need extra calories to pay for walking, but, like, eating is fun anyway. Whereas, I don't know, fueling up a car with gasoline, or calling an insurance company and saying, hey, I need this service to legally drive on the road. Could you please give it to me? You know, that's not fun, whereas eating is, in my opinion. Maybe that's just my opinion, but anyway, so you get the point that, like, it's been a lot of fun. I've been going across a lot of places. I just couldn't access otherwise without you know, access to these things. Very, very crazy world, but it's cool either way. Okay, so now on this side, we're doing the exact same thing. It's going to be a melon block right there, or melon seeds, which we can grab by just pick blocking. There we go. Melon seeds there. Melon seeds there. And now when these melon seeds grow up to be melon stems, they'll eventually grow their plant, their melon, over here. When that melon grows over here, just to show you, I guess I don't have anything to actually connect it to, but when that melon grows, or for instance, as we'll use as our example, a grass block is placed. Wow, what's that? Did you see a redstone pulse? Well, you didn't, because there's no redstone. But if you imagine there's a redstone block back there, see now when I break this, there's a temporary light, and that temporary light is enough power to make some pistons activate. Obviously, we have to connect it to some pistons, which is a whole separate game, which we'll do right now. So let's head down here, and let's connect the pistons up, but, like, correctly this time. So we've made our sticky pistons. They have to be sticky, because they're going to attach to some grass. And now we're actually going to place this from underneath the farm, because, yeah, this is... See, isn't it crazy? Like, this is the smallest scale farm ever, but there's still a lot of, like, okay, how's this going to work? And the answer to how this is going to work is, like, probably quite poorly. So now we want to break these blocks, except they're going to let water through when we break them. So we're going to be very careful to, like... Oh, it doesn't let water through, because it's the very last one, I guess. So then we'll also we'll put one over here as well. Obviously, we need to break this one most in particular. And we'll do the same over here. We can only have 4 on each side of the number of pistons we have right now, but that's totally fine. So, break the dirt block under this. Okay, as you can see, wonderful. Place our melon block. Because one of the weird facts of melon blocks, I don't know if this is intentional behavior for farms, this is intentional for any other reason, or what the scoop is, but Minecraft has decided that unlike other blocks, melon blocks cannot be moved. If you try to move a melon block, it breaks. If you want some proof of that situation, allow me to show you by placing a grass block. Why does it have to be grass? I don't even know. Place a grass block here, and place a... I don't have any redstone triggers. A weighted pressure plate light right over here. Will this work? I'm not even sure. But as you can see... Oh, it does not work. You know, I know what I'm doing with redstone, okay? Okay, so we're gonna break this, and then and then we'll place it, like, over here, where it's waterlogged. Aha! As you can see, it turns into melon slices, which are now in my inventory, and so now whenever a redstone trigger goes through them, it breaks the melons. Why is that the case? Because, you know what, no one understands or cares or knows. It's just one of those weird Minecraft quirks. So now we utilize this block, which detects when something has grown, because when a melon appears here, the block goes from being air to melon. We utilize the piston mechanic, which is when piston block go up, melon breaks and turns into slices. We use these two factors together and, oh, this is unwaterlogged thing. And then we also use the fact that there's water, which will move items, into some form of hopper. And that form of hopper, I guess we have to break this, break that, place some form of chest over here, I guess. So actually we want to place a block back over here. So, okay, we place a block here. Then we place a hopper over here. And now all of the melons that break, just to show you the last part of this, will appear and go into this hopper, which means that, so when the melons break, they'll fall in this trench. Not all of them will, but enough of them will, and all of those melons will fall into the hopper. Those are the three basic mechanics. Now we just have to tie them together with spaghetti redstone, which everyone knows is the most fun part of Minecraft. But anyway, yeah, while I work on this incredibly tedious, and let's be honest, rage-inducing for those of you who like redstone and use it more frequently than me. You know, redstone to me is like this means to an end, but it's an end I often don't want to accomplish. Like, I don't want to have 10,000 rabbit drops per hour, so I'm not going to make a rabbit farm. That's not the fun part of Minecraft for me. I know for some people it is. I actually really respect that it is, by the way. I think it's, one of the things I used to be very embarrassed of is, like, I just would never show the sides of Minecraft that I wasn't particularly proficient in. I feel as though, at least to some extent, that's important, right? To be good at all the things that you do, especially if those are... I'm going to check the mic. I'm on some public Wi-Fi right now. I've just set up my thing. I haven't used this microphone in a while. Always want to make sure that it... I had a lot of complaints about my microphone last time I was in the US, so I'm going through extreme lengths to make sure it doesn't happen again. And one of those extreme lengths is doing a quick little mic check and saying, ooh, mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, every now and then. Because as we all know, that's how microphone checking is done. Okay, so now we've got our redstone coming in here. We've got our redstone repeaters all lined up, but in the wrong places. We just move those over to the left. I actually feel as though that shouldn't be here. That should be, like, over here, I want to say. Yep, and then one over here. And then the last one of these repeaters can go on the other side after we've wired in the rest of this. Oh no, the repeaters need to go at the very end here. Because otherwise that happens, and... I guess actually there's no downside to that happening, right? Because we don't... There's not going to be a redstone lock happening, is there? You know, we'll find out if a redstone lock happens by removing that, turning this on and off. Oh, it does happen. I guess we do need to be concerned, is the real answer to this. So now what we do is we move both of these forwards one. I don't think we can move the other one forwards. Yeah, that's not enough to create a redstone lock. Oh, it is enough to create a redstone lock. Because I guess we just remove these blocks here. And now that shouldn't lock itself up. I don't think so, at least. We'll find out for sure by just on-off, quick little flick. And it still does somehow. So somewhere in here, there is an infinite loop of redstone. I think it is probably this block right here. So if we then do this and that now is probably problem solved. Probably, maybe. Actually, I guess if we could just move this back here, and then attach that over there. Problem solved, right? Okay, so now... Okay, look at this. Aha! Yes! I have solved the issue. You know, this is the fun part of Minecraft sometimes. problem solving is an interesting thing by itself. So now I've got these 4 melon block things hooked up, which means as soon as these last ones grow, which again, for some reason, I picked the slowest growing ones because I just planted them, as soon as they grow, magic can happen. So now it's just about scaling this up, getting more pistons, and wiring in the rest of this, and also making sure it works on both sides, because obviously redstone signals can only travel so far, so we'll make sure it goes up, and then down, and then up again, over to here, and then the exact same thing needs to happen, where this one random piston is... Did I place that there? Did I? I genuinely don't know. Okay, so I've got pistons already, which means that now we have more than a functional redstone system. We have an extra functional system. In fact, we can just place lots of pistons this way, and then hook them up with a single piece of redstone going along here. Yeah, we can. Nice. Okay, problem solved. We now have... We probably have to place a repeater somewhere on this, maybe? We'll find out. But as you can see, we've got ourselves a functional melon farm that just requires a bit of waiting. So, yeah, I'm pleased with how fast that went. I thought this would be Toy Cat Finagle's a redstone for a lot longer, but apparently skeletons are the bigger problem today. I actually do want to kill you just because I want some bones to speed up this farm development. I want to see it automatically working by the end. Anyway, so, yeah, I finished a big project recently, and I'm really, pleased with that. I think in Minecraft, sometimes, especially in my world, finish a project, and then immediately it's like, so, what happens now, right? What do we do? Unlike most of the time when you finish something big, project-wise, in your life, world, anything else, the fun question is so what do I do next? To a lot of people, there's a fear in that question, I'd say, oh god, what do I do now? Because once you've officially finished one project, you kind of have to move on to the next one. I mean, or if you don't move on to the next one, then you're done, right? As soon as you complete a game, now you can play the game more. But once you've 100%'d it, what more is there to do? So Minecraft is great because you never really hit that, I have finished everything the game has thrown at me, there is nothing else for me to do ever. You'll never hit that moment in Minecraft. But what you will hit is so what do I do now sort of moment. And it's a really terrifying moment when you realize that oh, I liked having the project. The whole time I was doing it, I was waiting for the end, but now as soon as I've reached the end, I'm questioning what do I do now? It's funny because the same thing happened on my road trip, funny enough. The last stretch of it was through rural Nevada. Actually, wait, we can, because of Harrison edits the Let's Plays now, show a picture of Nevada and then show a picture of the population density. Wow, do you see how there's no one outside of that bottom cluster and then that west cluster? So I was driving through nothingness. Literally, the roads looked like a Wile E. Coyote thing, where it's just miles and miles of nothing. And because there's no people there to be driving on the roads, it's also basically no one. You're driving in the wilderness all by yourself, which is, it's a certain type of calming to be all by yourself. But it's also a certain type of, boring, because what do you do for so many hours? And so just the whole goal for so many of the last hours was, I just want to get up to Vegas, which is where I'm living temporarily, so I can get back to things that I want. And then as soon as I did get here, I'm like, okay, what's the next road trip I did? What's the next plan? Where am I next traveling to? There's a certain cruelty in, I guess, the way that our brains work, and that we're never really at that 100% satisfied forever point. It's always we're always about to move on to something else, right? So I've got myself no more pistons, which means we're going to craft some now, which is nice and easy because I have cobblestone. I don't think you can use deep slate with pistons. Should we find out? Let's find out. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to, but I also see why they'd forget to program that in. So we'll see if it works for sure. We'll grab some wood because I've got lots and lots of it just lying around over here. And then we need redstone. I think that's it, right? No, some iron. But fortunately, I've got too much iron laying around in my inventory anyway. So, because I made a pickaxe, my bad. I just disassembled a whole beacon from the project. That's one of the saddest things about finishing a project, is disassembling the beacon and being where does this go now? I've got to be using that beacon for something, right? Okay, so now we can make a piston, except we can't make a piston because we're missing the crucial ingredient of, I guess, cobblestone. I guess we don't have the logs made yet, but it doesn't think we have cobblestone. Ooh, what am I making right here? Okay, so now we're still lacking cobblestone because you can't use deep slate cobblestone for pistons, which is strange. Is there a logic to that, do you think, or do you think it is a figure? With Minecraft Bedrock, you can never be 100% sure, can you? Either way though, now we go off and we make ourselves some pistons. A whole 4 piss right there, as you can see. I think that's limited by redstone though, which means we just have to go in here, grab a whole extra... I really am running at the edge of my abilities on this. Grab a whole extra 17 of those, that seems like a normal amount. And boom, 5 more pistons. Then we can add some stickiness to them, because I've got... I guess we'll have to break a slime block into 9. Yeah, by the way, one of the upsides of the insanity that I went through... Huh, why can't I make... Oh, right, because I haven't deconstructed this yet. One of the downsides to... one of the upsides to all of the craziness I've been going through with slimes is that now I'm pretty good when it comes to... when it comes to slime blocks, I'm covered for a while. I'm never going to be like, oh no, I need sticky pistons, but I don't have slime juice or slime dust, whatever they call it. I'm now good in that way. So, okay, we've got our pistons set up. We've got our melon plant ready to go. At some point, it's going to activate, and we're going to end up with more than 4 melons in our little hopper. Which, by the way, I think at some point, yeah, we need to make some more birch planks into like a barrel of some form of something. Anyway, so actually, you know what? I have a whole chest room over here that's just like... It's laying a little too full, if you ask me. Would anyone even notice if I just grabbed the chest? You know, maybe they wouldn't. Maybe if this chest goes missing, it looks like symmetry. And there we go. Look, Toycat giving you pro tips. You ever want to not craft something? Just borrow it from somewhere else in your world and hope that future you doesn't notice. But no, actually, I wanted to give some real advice, because one of the nice comments I've been receiving a lot of while I've been gone. It's always nice when people don't forget my existence. As a creator, that's what you're eternally fighting. Like, YouTube would, you know, the algorithm especially, would love it if your subscribers forget who you are, if there is something that they think they would like to watch instead, which is great. This is a really wonderful way to create new, really great way to promote new creators and like make sure that better stuff can rise to the top. There's a lot of really good benefits to it. Damn it. I'm gonna have to break these melons and do it underneath again, aren't I? Yep, I know I am. Let's just get it over with. But so yeah, that's obviously a thing. And so one of the cool things is when people are like, oh yeah, I didn't forget who you were, Toycat, in the, you know, oh no, that's gonna spill over on the redstone, isn't it? Somehow it's not gonna spill over on the redstone. I think when I place my... Okay, so I need to be very tactical about this. As soon as I place my sticky piston, I need to then switch out and place my thing. Or, wait, even smarter, I just put a block there, and now there's no water, and I don't have to worry about my redstone going missing. So, yeah, we do this for each of these. A little bit tedious to do this. Oh wait, this doesn't make any sense. I did this 1 block too low. The sticky piston, I don't know how I even made that mistake. Sticky piston goes here, and of course over here, and here, and here. And then we just connect everything to it. So yeah, like I was saying, one of the cool things is people being like, "Oh yeah, I remember you since X time." It's a little bit, it kind of grates on you a little bit. People are like, "Oh wow, just watching for the first time since X. It's crazy that you're still here." You know, so it almost feels like, "Wow, you're not dead yet." That's quite the surprise. Which, you know, as I get older, that's going to be a more and more impressive thing. Like, wow, Toycat, you said you didn't think you'd make it to 18. Here you are at what age am I? 27 this year, I think. Here you are at almost 27, and you're still not dead. Wow, that is impressive on a whole new level. You gotta admit, being alive. Honestly, being alive should be considered more of an accomplishment. Like, we only really count it when you get to like the really, really old ages, like 105. We start to be like, wow, you're still alive. But honestly, every additional year that you make it, you know, it can be a little accomplishment, I would say. Okay, so we've got 4 melons in our chest, and we've got a dirt block, which for some reason is just like... Do you see that? It's like glitching through the hopper. I don't know what that means. I'm not going to even attempt to understand it. Instead, I'm going to do the rest of the redstone, because when this farm does go off, I want it to go off big, you know? I want it to be a big, resounding success. So, dirt. Redstone. This it's going to be my first real test as well, so that's probably important. Also, we can move both these blocks down, because if we do that, then we can put a repeater here, which I just think that the amount of distance this signal has to travel, it'll do better with a repeater than without. So there we go. We have now... Nope, this side needs some work. So, I guess just same thing on this side. Yeah, I think I way overcomplicated this. I think the way that redstone connects to pistons is very convenient. So now we do the logical thing, and we sit here and we stand watching at the farm until it magically goes off. Which obviously is about, oh, it didn't go off. Because that melon grew, and it didn't activate. Or it did activate that one, but that's not correctly wired in. So we need to correctly wire that in, which means breaking this block, and then making all of these go up and down a little bit more. So that goes up to there, that goes up to there, meaning we have to now break the block above it. Okay, that's easy. We remove this, obviously, and then we place 2 blocks. One goes, I guess we can just do that and remove that for now, and one goes there. So redstone, redstone, redstone. Oh gosh. You know, isn't it funny? Redstone is always this like endless system of like, it's like a baby. It always needs attention somewhere. You might think that you're good and that you're finally fit. No, you're not. It's a child. It needs your attention, or it'll stick some toaster rods in some toaster rods. So a fork in a toaster, and then how will you like that? You probably won't like that. Okay, so let's actually move it that way so we don't interfere with other stuff. Okay, easy. Just move it along one. Yeah, this is all going exactly how I want. This is definitely not messy redstone. Okay, so put that there. Now we can move a couple blocks back over here. A couple blocks over there. We probably need to cover all of this back up. And there we go, we're good. So, anyway, a lot of people have been saying things like that. And it's really cool hearing people being like, yeah, I really enjoy the things you have to say. It's a fun reminder that, like, ooh, maybe you won't vanish altogether forever. Which is terrible timing, I say that now, and then some tragic event will will happen, which I don't keep up with. But anyway, so as we watch... Actually, wait, let's break this one manually just to see that it does work. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, well, that... I think you'll find that is perfect functionality. Nothing is happening wrong here whatsoever. This is what I intended. What do you think is causing that? It's probably... I think it's the piston is going up, which is like... it's like a self-fulfilling loop, right? Because when the piston goes up, the grass block is appearing in front of the observer. And when the grass block appears in front of the observer, it is like activating another redstone loop. So then I need to do something to avoid that happening. Or I can leave this running all day long like this. For some reason, some of the blocks look like gravel on the top when they move, which is interesting. Yeah, no, I think this is perfectly functional just the way it is. But obviously, just yeah, it's just this one piston, because this one... Huh. I guess the other one isn't dysfunctional, because there isn't a piston correctly connected. Okay, it's easy as that. So all we have to do is remove that for now, and when we place it back, it's gone. But obviously we can't do that every time. I think we need to use some mechanic of like a piston pusher. Yeah, we need to work out some way. Okay, so we're gonna break our way into here. Just nice and easily. Make it nice and hidden. We have to come up with some way. Maybe a long enough delay would do it, right? Oh, okay. What is happening here? The redstone does not correctly link up at all. Okay, so if we just put a longer delay on this repeater, then that should solve all of our problems. Or it should make them worse. Let's find out which. We'll do the same on the other side, because it does seem to be linked. Although maybe not at all. So now we place our redstone dust there. Ah, yes! I don't know if that was the solution, but it seems to be. Yeah, I think, honestly, we stopped this piston from working, which is how we solved that. Which isn't a very good solution, because it means eventually the farm will stop working. But, you know, sometimes you gotta take the small victories. Have we not technically made an automatic melon farm? I think you'll find we technically have. Okay, so now this block right here probably has a piston around it, right? Yes, we just connect that there, and we see if actually that was all we did to fix the farm, which I think it is. I think all we did was we disconnected the piston. I mean, it's going slower now. Yeah, you know, going slower is basically the same as being fixed. That's my official message right here. Yeah, but also, what is happening here? It won't let me change the repeater. Playing on realms is buggy, man. I'm sure you've seen enough of that in this video. Okay, there we go. It goes slower now. problem solved. I think you'll find Genius Savant Toy Cat over here. Okay, so now we just break that temporarily, place it back, and we're all good to go. I don't know how a melon block grew over there. That's really not what's meant to happen. So let's put that one back, maybe. And now we've got ourselves a technically functional, fully automatic melon farm. Yeah, look at that. That's what I like to call impressive right there. So no, yeah, more seriously. A lot of people have been asking, like, so Toy Cat, you're, you mentioned some hard stuff. What's going on? And I think, like, obviously life is in a very weird and unstable place for a lot of people. And one of the pieces of advice I always want to give when people say, like, yeah, I don't know what's going on with XYZ either, is, or like, I don't know how anyone does anything. And when you look at, like, I don't know, how do people become, like, I don't know, CEOs, or how do people do anything, like, really successful in life? It seems near impossible. It seems like the only explanation that can easily be given is like, well, some people just appear there and some people don't. I guess the fatalist definition of the world, where everything just happens and you have no power to affect it. And when I think it's easy to fall into that because it's an easy way to downplay your own, I guess, effect on your own life, which is important to do sometimes. Sometimes it's important to say, things just happen the way they happen. But I also think sometimes it's important to say, like, yeah, when things are at their darkest, when it feels like it's never going to get better, and that it feels like any solution you can come up with is so incomprehensibly impossible, the one thing I always want to say, let's just, do something every single day that is good for you. For future you, more specifically. Because every day we do things that are good for ourselves, just as a fact of mere maintenance, right? Even while, driving for 5 hours a day or whatever, I'm still getting in a little RuneScape in the evenings. I'm still, watching some YouTube or whatever else it may be. There's still these important maintenance for myself tasks, but that's for present me. I mean, does future me appreciate me watching YouTube too much? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But I think doing something which benefits future you, sometimes that comes at the expense of current you, is like the most important thing you can actually do to help yourself out there. So we need to plant a lot more melons, by the way. I don't know how we got things. I don't know how all of these blocks keep on becoming unmeloned. Like, how does that even get uncropped? Because it's underneath a block, but whatever. We're not going to focus on it too much. We're just going to plant as many melon seeds as we need. Just make a whole stack of them. We clearly have to do this so often in so many places that we might as well start here. But yeah, so one of the single piece of advice I give when people are in that situation is just, okay, so I'm going to place a block there and then jump real quick. Okay, so then we break the block, and the farm's in an infinite loop again. Well, it's not what I wanted. Aha! It's not what I wanted. Yeah, we need like a breaking loop, like something that means it can only run once every so often. There is an easy way to do that, I think. Again, I think it is the piston redstone block solution. Or let me know in the comments, because, like I said, I'm on some public Wi-Fi right now. It's very questionable. Ooh, look at this. And also, I've got some massive preparing 4.19 to do, which I'm going to be doing for the rest of today. I like Minecraft updates. They're like an opportunity. I feel as though a lot of people get, like, back into the game with them, and I think that as someone who likes, like, explaining things, even though I'm not the most proficient at things that I explain like this, I mean, you don't need to be a genius to see that this isn't my peak proficiency right here. Yeah, we'll have this, like, okay, we've set the repeaters to max. It's not the solution that we were hoping for. Yeah, it's going to be this one in particular that has to be on a delay to the rest of it. Or, no, yeah, we're going to have some timing mechanism. Let me know what timing mechanism you think would work best in the comment section. But for now, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this particular video. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, again, covering some of the important, like, overarching things. Now we know the update's finished, there's a lot we can talk about that perhaps we couldn't before in more definitive terms. Yeah, I think a lot of people have also been like, well, is this everything then? Or, and I think there's some interesting questions to answer regarding that, which I intend to get around to. But for now, I'm trying to do something slightly better for myself every day. And today that involves getting myself some good food, doing a little bit of exercise, even though the temperature in Vegas this week is close to 40 degrees Celsius. For those of you who like Fahrenheit, Harrison, can you search what 40 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit is. Look how high a number that is. It's got like 3 digits in it. That's insanity. Anyway, yeah, I hope that you enjoy your day. I'm going to do my best to enjoy mine. And yeah, just a fun reminder, if you want to become a member, support the channel in some way, you can do that. And I will be back to live streaming probably just after 1.19 comes out. My current plan, this is insanity by the way, if you want to hear, I'm going to be flying the day after the update comes out back to the UK so I can stream some stuff regarding it there. It's very silly, but I do have like a funeral I've got to attend. Oh, I'm going to my first funeral of my life. Next Let's Play, we've got a lot to talk about, I think. But for this Let's Play, thank you for joining me. We made a whole automatic farm. Now we just gotta make another one, huh? Yeah, no, more seriously, hope you'll enjoy this, because I'll see you next time. Goodbye.